And in the last video, we talked about soulmate soul ties. And in the video before that, we talked about twin flames. So now we're going to talk about karmic soul ties. And yeah, so this one isn't as fun, especially if you're the one receiving a karmic person. So this is how this one works out. You're either a karmic or a blessing, and that's you as a person. You're either someone's blessing or you're someone's karma. And what happens in this situation when you meet your karmic partner is, for me, for example, I was that person's blessing and they were my karmic. And I realized through being with this person that the soulmate relationship was there. It was intact. It was 100% there. Me and this person 100% had a soulmate soul tie, but they were being used as my karmic. So some people might not like what I'm about to say, but just as the universe puts you through good things in life, they put you through bad things in life. And these are challenges that they want to see if you can get over or not. And sometimes you don't pass them. Sometimes you straight up fail. And for me, for example, I would have failed if I would have stayed with my karmic, had a whole family with this girl, and then she would have been continuously harvesting my sexual energy and creative energy and using it as her own. And that's what was going on in my relationship. And I was aware of it. I just cared about the person too much to not want to keep working on things. I had hope that it would change. I had hope that we could work it out because, once again, this was a soul tie. It was a soulmate. It was someone that I had strong feelings for in multiple lifetimes. And I know that for a fact. I believe, it's not important. It doesn't go along with this video. But pretty much all in all, she was used to wake me up. So before I realized, before my twin flame, I didn't realize that I had worth really at all. So that woke me up to realizing I need to work on myself. Then when I went through the soulmate, that made me realize that the titles mean nothing and that I still need to put myself first in ways that I wasn't. And then when I met my karmic, it was the ultimate test. So all the things I had learned before was nothing compared to what I had to go through with that person. And all the things that I ended up leaving behind, the version of me that I left back there, the beautiful dead version of me that is now in the past that I had to leave alone, that version had to let go of a lot of things. But the only way I was able to let go of a lot of things was because this person came into my life. So this person was a test for me. And if I would have failed that test, that would have been it for me. Pretty much all the stuff that I would aspire to do would be over. I would just be going through karmic hell with this person until I died, is what would have happened. But that's not the case because I was smart enough, okay? So if you meet your karmic, you might want to do everything in you to stay with this person. And that's okay. And you can try it. You can try it. There's nothing wrong with trying. Just don't force it. When it's time to go, don't lock the door on yourself and act like you can't get out. When it's time to go, open that door, walk out it, and shut it behind you without looking over your shoulder. And that might hurt some people, but that's the point. Growth don't feel good. It's called growing pains. It's worse to stay in a situation that is bad for you versus leaving and going into the unknown because you deserve better. But A lot of times when you run into a karmic, they will test you in ways you've never been tested before. They will push certain buttons that you never had pushed before. And it's because this person knows you and understands you. Me, I had to have, my karmic was, on top of being a karmic and a soulmate, soul tie, they were a narcissist. So I had to play a lot of fun games with that person. But the point of it is that it woke me up. It gave me the tools and the opportunity is what it gave me more than anything. The opportunity to choose me or choose my karmic and be weak and worry about my emotions about how I feel towards this person over my emotions about how I feel towards myself and how I'm being treated. A lot of people don't know how to understand the difference in that, and they get lost into how much emotional development they have towards a person and time that they've spent with that person versus if they actually deserve to be there or not. So that's something that a lot of people got to get over. Like, this time equaling familiarity is it's to keep you stuck. That will keep you stuck. People do not change. Let me tell you, if you sit around and wait for people to change, you're gonna be waiting a long time. You'll be waiting from when they had the pocket watch to the new watch to the Apple Watch to some pop-up screen watch. You're gonna be waiting a long time for someone to change the way they act, because people don't change. I don't know how many people y'all have dealt with, but people do not change. They only change when they're ready to change. And a lot of times people aren't ready to change until they go through something hard, something that affects their life in a way that they never seen coming. So if you are in a karmic relationship, once again, you are that person's blessing. You are the one that makes this person's life better. And while they are your karmic, they might feel like they're making your life better, but if you really sit there and weigh it out, majority of the time they're making your life worse. And I mean, it's just because they're a karmic, they're your test. I don't want to keep talking to over-explain this, because I feel like, if I go anymore, we're going to over-explain it. But that is what a karmic is, and that is usually how it plays out. So if you're someone's blessing and you're treating them good and their life looks better because you're in it, then they might be your karmic if that's the dynamic y'all got. And believe me, that was the dynamic. It wasn't the whole time. In the beginning it was real nice because you go through those cupcake phases and stuff with people, like all relationships do. It's a new person, it's new, it's exciting. That stuff dies out eventually. And when all that stuff dies out, that's when you realize that this person is just making your life harder. But it takes some time usually before you figure it out and realize it. And that's the universe at work there. They're going to make you fall in love before you realize what you got into, because if you see it coming too soon, you might not go through it. And I know if I didn't go through what I went through, I might not have as much respect for myself as I do today, as I do right now. It changed me in a way that I needed. My soul needed, my soul wanted. So there you all go. That is the definition of a karmic soul tie. It's I love people, and you can break these cycles. I'll explain breaking karmic cycles after the next video. It's all love, everybody. I'm out.